Now I want to share some with y'all today. Look up there on that screen and read that statement and listen to what I got to tell you. I'm trying to free your mind. Now your concept of black power is wrong. Why do I say that? Because power has no color. Your concept of black love is wrong. Why do I say that? Because somebody tell me what color love is. Whoever looked at love before, tell me what color that is. Now, why am I saying this? When I use the word black, I'm using an ignorant term to a people that's mind in such a state that they don't want to be called African or anything else but black. So when I say black, understand what sense I'm using the term in. Now, there's no continent nowhere called black. There's no land on this earth called black. And you want to know why we don't have a land of our own? Because y'all keep saying y'all black people instead of African people. Africa is your land. And in case you haven't known, Africa is the land where everybody originate from. Ain't no such thing as black people, y'all. There's only two kind of people on the planet. And that's colored and non-colored. Now let me show you something here today. If you look at this, this is what you call a black person. Now I can say I'm black. But guess what? My skin ain't that color. My skin is not that color. So these people who I'm showing you right now, they skin are black. But if you ask them if they're a black person, they'll tell you no. Want to know why black people in America ain't seceded yet? Because we so stupid. We so ignorant. See, what y'all don't realize is that after slavery and after segregation, black people was in a real depressed state. So we had to go through this black power type movement to get our spirits back up. But it was a long way up to the top for black people, y'all. It was a long way up to Egypt to learning the truth and getting back to the real spirituality of Africa, what was stolen. And the more you learn, guess what the more you're going to learn? Is that there's only two type of people on the planet, colored and non-colored. And when I say colored, I'm talking Asian, Mexican, everybody that is not white. And guess what? I'm going to even show you more videos in the future to dig in deep on this subject. And I'm going to also show you that all white people ain't bad. Yes, I said it. You hear it from me. Guess what? It's a lot y'all got to learn. Now let me continue on with this because this is a quick video that I'm just breaking the iceberg on. Either tomorrow or the next day, I'm going to do a long video on this same subject. But look at this lady in front of you. Now, that's what you would literally call a literally black woman if you want to look at the skin. So, but these people, if you call them black, they'll get mad at you. Why? Because the only stupid people that identify their nationality with color is black Americans who still ignorant. We the only people that think Crayola can give you a nationality. What a flag at for this black land. What a continent at called black people. Long as you calling yourself black and not African, then guess what? You'll never get no continent. You'll never get your land back because ain't no land called black. So do the research and stop hopping out there being stupid because y'all look real ignorant and I'm trying to free your mind. Now, love ain't got no color. You simply got love or you don't. Y'all better learn the law of karma. Guess what, y'all? It ain't black love if it don't benefit the continent of Africa. That's all I'm saying. I'd rather be an African than a black man. I'd rather be an African than a black man. See, because when I link myself to a continent and a land, I got a flag with that. I got a nationality with that. Here's a piece of land you can identify me with. Like when you say Mexican, you can say Mexico. When you say Canadian, you can say Canada. But guess what, yo? When you say black person, what land do you identify with? So the whole world confused. The whole land, the whole earth belong to melanated creatures on the planet. And when I say melanated creatures, that include every race and nationality that is non-white. Now, do I hate white people? No, and I got lectures coming to you explaining that in the future. See, people, we always evolving, and knowledge is power. And guess what? The truth is the only thing that can set you free. So if you let me teach you something here today, I can free y'all. and teach you love and inner peace. What am I saying to you today? Black love is deeper than you posting a picture with your fist in the air. Black love is you stop eating meat and pause it in your black body and doing like the law of nature, what the ancient African ancestors told us to do, and not eat of the animals of the earth and preserve the animals of the earth. Practicing black love is deeper than you posting a pic with your fist in the air when you got a pair of Nikes on your feet and you don't own one dashiki. But you practicing black love, right? Black love is deeper than you posting a pic and a hashtag with black love up there, my brothers. I'm trying to show you that love has no color. And there's only two kind of people on the planet, colored and non-colored. Either you got melanin or you don't. Either you originate from Africa or you originated from Europe in an ice mountain in a cave somewhere. But I'm trying to tell y'all, the rest of the world waiting on us to wake up. And just to show you what I'm talking about, what make it so deep, most of the people that scream black power turn right around and do white power. But everybody that I know that scream for Africa, they for the people truly. See, what I'm telling y'all with that being said is that blackness is related to niggardry and coonery, and Africanism is related to liberation and power for the people, baby. A person can't come up to me talking some black love when they engage into music and activities that promote black hate. Black love got more than just a so-called feeling of ego you got in your heart to throw a fist up in the air when you don't even know what the mission is. Now, when you understand what black is, you will see that it's not a nationality and that there's only two kind of people, colored and non-colored. Now, stay with me and let me free your mind. Like, it kind of looks stupid when you hear a person saying black power and they got a polo shirt on. When I say that there's only two type of people on the planet, colored and non-colored, what I mean, if you have any kind of melanin, you're a colored person and you my brother and my sister. And when I do say black power, which I'm trying to stop saying black power because power don't have any colors, but when I say black power, I'm talking of every nationality that's of color. Because guess what? When you say white, you talking about a state of void, a state of emptiness. That's why people say, give me a blank sheet of paper. Now, what color is that sheet of paper? The color you call white, right? So, anything that would differ from color would be non-color. Now, I'm not hacking nobody promoting self-love, but the reason I'm doing this video is to educate. Now, people say, oh, we got to start somewhere, so don't tell our people that they're not black because they ain't ready to hear that yet. What I'm saying is tell the people we Africans instead of telling them we black. And I don't care what they ready to hear because ain't nobody ready to hear the truth when it comes, but you still got to give it. You can't give this truth at the expense of anybody's feelings, man. And I don't care what nobody say when I say I'm not black, I'm African. Because I refer myself to a land, not a color. Webster and Crayola can't define who I am. So when I say I'm black, even if I didn't go by their definitions and I went by the word literally, it'll still be inaccurate because my skin is not literally black. So in any way you try to make black good is still wrong and it's miseducating the people. And the reason it's so deep is because one of the things that the slave masters did to keep us slaves and to keep our land from us was to get us to identify ourselves by our color. And when we identified ourselves by that color, if you look up that color in a dictionary, you'll see why they wanted us to identify ourselves with that color. Black is not a nation. Black is a social status. And as long as you identify yourself with black, you'll never have a land of your own people. And they're going to keep digging your diamonds and gold up out the ground while you keep staying over here in America cooning like a fool, calling yourself black. Talking about black power, but you're going out there spending your money with the white man. Talking about black power, but you got a pair of Nikes on your feet. That's the Greek goddess, the white man goddess of war. Talking about black power, but if I open up your CD player, the music you're listening to promoting, goddammit, black hate. We got to wake up, people. Love ain't got no attributes. There's only two kind of people on the planet, colored and non-colored. We have our black Asiatic brothers and sisters, our Mexican brothers and sisters, our Indonesian brothers and sisters, our Australian brothers and sisters, and I'm going to get into some of these brothers and sisters with you today. Stop talking about some black power. It's African power. All of these races I just named originate from this continent just like we did. And I can prove it, and I'm going to be doing lectures in the future to free y'all mind. Now, this is what black power really is. I see no light-skinned person talk about no black power if you want to use it literally. Because these people right here, the blackest people on the earth, and they from Africa. And if you tell this woman she black, she'll get mad at you because she know what the word means. That woman go by a nationality and she has a flag and a land that she identify with them people in that land. Anything else you call her is out of her identity, that's out of her name, and it's a lower form of what she really is. So when you say somebody black, be careful and know what you're talking about when you're misleading the people. Now let's move it along. Here go a man right here that's from Asia. Been living in Asia his whole life. Now, it's people like this all throughout the land of Asia who been on the continent. Look at them eyes. That man's skin damn near the same color as mine. In fact, his skin darker than mine. So why can I say black power when he can't? See how stupid we is over here in America? They don't want us to work together with our brothers and sisters across the globe because they know the minute we start working together with all our other brothers and sisters around the globe, they can't stand a chance. Y'all don't remember? They separated us with divide and conquer. We came over here as different tribes. You had Mexican Africans, Asian Africans, Indonesian Africans, Indian Africans. We're a type of African that's called Olmecan African. If you were from America, blacks over here in America, y'all people that's calling yourselves blacks, you really Olmecan African, and I can prove that. We Africans, when we stop going by these colors and stuff that Webster and Crayola giving us, we can get our land back, we can start uniting, and we can start waking our children up. But as long as you keep saying black, that little bitty statement is misleading, is miseducation, and that is not your identity. Show me a land on a planet called black so we can go back to it and claim it for ourselves. Show me a flag and a language that they speak called black. Ain't no power in that word. And as long as you keep using it to identify yourself, you being the coon that they want you to be, like a fool. Now I'm trying to free y'all mind. Look at this. This Asian Africans. Just like my fiance, she's Vietnamese. What you call Vietnamese is what we call Asiatic African. Now I'm trying to free y'all mind because all of these nationalities originate from Africa, proving that all of these colored people around the globe that have a nationality are melanated beings, which mean indigenous people of the earth, which mean basically there's only two kind of people, y'all, colored and non-colored. Can't y'all see that? Basically, if you can go out in the sun without sunblock, we the same people. Now look at here. Here go the African, Asiatic African. All Asian people are your brothers and sisters. Mexicans, your brothers and sisters. Indonesians, Middle Eastern, then your brothers and sisters. Yeah, we divided and we warring against one another today. But that's the way that they wanted us to be. Divide and conquer, people. And some people say, man, you rushing the people. They can't take all of this deep knowledge, man. Don't be telling them they African. Keep telling them they black. What I'm going to keep telling them to lie for? That's the same thing that the white man doing. You ain't helping the people by saying black love, black power, throwing your fists up in the air if you don't even teach them who they are. You talking about black love. Look up black in a dictionary. That kind of love what you got? Because when I look at black people today, we killing one another. We hate one another. It's more black hate going on than black love. So when we start saying African love, we can see the greatness in ourselves and stop killing one another. Because as long as you saying you black, you're going to do black deeds. You're going to do black things to each other. Black and evil things to one another. It's only two kind of people. Colored and uncolored. Love ain't got no color. Power ain't got no color. Look at this. This is Australian African. This what this is. This Australian African. This our brothers and sisters from Australia. If you call these people black, they'll get mad at you because they call themselves from a nationality and from a land. We the only ignorant Negroes over here identifying ourselves with a doggone color out of a Crayola box. What kind of land is that on the planet? Nobody take us serious because we still ignorant. You can't forget about all our brothers and sisters across the planet. That's what they want you to do. Keep on calling yourself black. Look at that, Australian African. And the deep part about this Australian African, he blacker than anybody. But if you call him black, he'll get mad at you because he wants you to call him by his nationality, not by no attribute. Trying to wake y'all up, man. Now look at this. This Australian Africans. Them our brothers and sisters over there in Australia. So we the only people separated and blind. Our rest of our Asian brothers and sisters, our Mexican and Indonesian brothers and sisters, Australian brothers and sisters, and Middle Eastern brothers and sisters across the planet, they waiting on us to wake up and reclaim Africa. Ain't no power in calling yourself black. Ain't nothing but coonery and buffoonery. And everybody look at you stupid. You ain't got a flag and a land, just a color out of a crayon box like a fool. Now look at this. This is what you call black. People say that's a black woman. But look at her skin. What I'm doing is I'm showing you something here. I'm pointing something out to you. Now this is an African woman. We all know Beyonce is African. But what I'm doing is I'm showing you something. Look at her face. Now look at this woman's face. You can clearly see the similarities. So y'all separating y'allself from our brothers and sisters around the globe. Look at these women. This is African, this is Asian, and this is Mexican. You can clearly see similar features in all three. But ignorant blacks, so-called blacks in America, want to separate themselves from the family tree and go on their own and think we can beat these people without claiming our land back, without going back and uniting with our brothers and sisters across the globe. What you think Malcolm X was trying to do? I see some of y'all posting pictures of Martin Luther King and stuff, but guess what though? I don't respect Martin Luther King's mission. I love the man and I appreciate his aim and everything. But if you ask me which one I'd rather go with, I go with Malcolm X. And he was going to unite us with our Africans and brothers and sisters in the Middle East and all over the globe. It's more than just us Africans in America. Y'all don't even know who y'all is. I'm telling you that you Olmecan African. And I'm going to be doing lectures here to go back on everything I'm saying right here. This just opening up the forum right here. And I'm going to do a more extensive lecture here tomorrow or sometime to get deep on this and show you who you really are. So you can stop calling yourself black like a fool. Now this is one dude right here that I always looked up to. And I still look up to because of the message that he put out there. Tupac was interested in giving us our nationality. Tupac embraced Africa. Tupac mom and pops embraced Africa. See, what you got to understand is this. You got to embrace the African continent and realize that when I say black power, when I say black love, what I'm talking about is all of my African brothers and sisters from all the continents, from Asia, Mexican, all over. That includes all of them. Those are colored people. They got melanin in them, you know. And you can get into who got the most melanin and all that, just like you can get into who's your cousin and who's your brother. But one thing about it, when you get out of all that, you'll see we all family, and that the enemy is not in the family. The enemy is outside the family. So for you people that's interested in having African people make progress, the first thing we got to do is lose this attitude of being black and realize what we really are. We're really Africans, not blacks. So if you want to be accurate and you want to identify with who you really are, call yourself an African, not a black. Now this is one guy I looked up to, Tupac. Tupac didn't see no color in his love, apparently. This is a little bit of his dating history. So for people who like Tupac like me, you know what I'm saying? Apparently love had no color for the brother, and he was one of the most revolutionary people of our time. So keep that in mind and realize that black power and black love is deeper than throwing a fist up in the air. If you ain't doing anything to benefit the continent of Africa, then you're against the movement. And everything you do, you need to take heed and think about it and take an account before you do it, because you mislead the people when you give us a false identity of who we are. So what am I telling y'all here about all of this? I'm not hacking anybody for having unity and for having self-love, but if you don't know who self is, how you know you loving what you truly need to be loving? You can be loving a false identity of yourself. You more than a color in a crayon box. And this is very important for us to get into our spirits, because this is what got us trapped, y'all. That's a false sense of pride that you got. Now what I'm trying to show you is this right here. After blacks was in slavery and segregation, we needed something to boost our spirits back up. That's when the whole black power movement started. But keep in mind that the people who told us we was blacks was the same people who put us in slavery. We didn't come over here on a ship saying black power. We came over here as nationalists, people who belong to tribes and nations. We didn't identify ourselves as black. So if you still identifying yourselves as black, that's something that the slave master identified you as. And that is not truly what you are. So you still got a false identity that's leading us down a path to nowhere, and that's miseducation, and it does no good for the children. And you wonder why it's such a big deal to me. Put it this way, everybody that has melanin is African. Everybody that has color is African. And that includes almost the whole world except non-colored people. So y'all do the math. See, the powers that be knew one thing, that if they divided and conquered all our brothers and sisters, they can win. Now what they did was they do business with different nations and all of that with our brothers and sisters. We ignorant. We refuse to do business with our brothers in Africa, with our brothers in Asia and all that, because we so convinced that we so special. You ain't no better than them African people over there on the continent. You ain't no better than them Middle Easterners over there. You ain't no better than none of them other melanated tribes and colored people around the planet. What you got to realize is that us African people are all African people, and that all these nations and tribes that you see on the planet existed in ancient Egypt. All of these shades of African existed in ancient Egypt, y'all. That's what I'm telling you. All of these cultures and nations across the planet was birthed by Africa, so we can't neglect our brothers and sisters, and we'll never rise back to the top trying to do it alone. We got to bring the whole family back together to fight this beast, y'all, and the beast know that. That's why he got y'all calling yourself black. You more than that. The people that built them pyramids, if you call them black, they'll slap you in the face. Them people got a nation. They got an identity that Crayola can't give them. Trying to wake y'all up. I'm tired of my people being ignorant. Now, I understand that black people need a pat on the back because we've been through so much, and you need something that, you know, black power, hashtag black love, you know. But you need to learn that knowledge is the only thing can help us in truth. It's the only thing can set us free. And damn a pat on the back. I don't care how many Negroes don't like what I got to say. Long as I'm telling the truth, I'm willing to stand it alone. The universe don't respect nothing but love. The law of nature is love. And nature didn't tell you what kind of love. It just said love. It didn't specify what color was the love. Because love is a force and it has no color. And if you truly love love, then you would hate hate. You would understand that the enemies ain't your brothers and sisters. That the problem is way bigger than us being divided and having all of this diversity and failing to see ourselves as one people. Because like I always keep telling you, there are only two types of people on the planet. Colored and uncolored. So at the end of the day, when you get out of your pep rally and you take your fist out the air and your black power and all your black love, realize that Africa still don't belong to us. And until we become Africans, that's the only thing gonna get us out of this situation. Not no feel-good pep rally, no pats on the back, not a million likes on none of this stuff I'm saying. I don't care if you hit the like button or what you do. Long as you know you telling the truth, you can stand alone. And I don't care who stand with me. It's going to be some of your own people that's going to come against you. But when you realize what I'm telling you here, it's all love, man. It's all love. And the problem is bigger than us, y'all. The problem is the powers that be. It ain't your Mexican brothers and sisters. It ain't your Middle Eastern brothers and sisters. It ain't your Asian brothers and sisters. It ain't about you talking about black love, black power, because we ain't no black people. It's about you teaching your kids who we really are. We Africans. When you say you black, you separate yourself from our beautiful African brothers and sisters. You separate us from them. That's why them people don't look at us the same. Now, them our brothers and sisters, they don't call themselves black. They call themselves African. Now, we say we're a part of them, but we don't want to call ourselves African. We don't want to teach our kids to say African. Nobody want to be associated with African. You rather say black when I already told you what black come from. Wake up, people. I'm doing this because I love y'all, man. It's a lot to learn, y'all. We've been misled. See, one thing y'all got to realize is that your identity is one of the most important things that you have. Identity is so important that if you look at all these religions, they even tell you that the power is where? In the name. The power is in the name. So it's not in the attribute. You can identify yourself as black, but ain't no power in that. That's just an attribute. That ain't who you are. Who you are, you're an African. Who you are got something to do with where you originated from. You originated in Africa. You didn't originate in no land called black. That's why we don't have no power, people. We got to identify ourselves back to our motherland and stop identifying ourselves with Crayola crayons. Because this is what happens. It's just like this. Some of the adjectives about myself is fair skin. Also some things about me. I have a brother, so that makes me a brother. I have a mother, so that makes me a son. These are just adjectives about me. But if I went to the bank to cash a check, I couldn't write my attributes on that check and expect them people to cash it. They don't want me to write light skin on the check. They don't want me to write, brother, son. Those are just attributes of me. Ain't no power in that. Them people want me to write my name. Who are you? Not what your attributes is. And they ain't gonna cash that check till I put my name down there, not my attributes. So the power is in the name. And I'm trying to wake y'all up. I'm not doing this out of hate. I'm doing this because I want my people educated, man. These people got our minds so bamboozled, we don't even know that we've got brothers and sisters all across the planet. We really don't know our true numbers, how great our numbers is as melanated people, as Africans across the globe. We got to wake up, y'all. We the only people over here in America that's believing this foolishness, calling yourself black with your pants hanging off your ass and your goddamn polo shirts and all the white man gear and poison in your body, but you got your black power fists up. See, it's about education. It's about knowledge, not about no pat on the back. Now, when we get this knowledge and get this education, we can start the revolution. But remember, the revolution starts within. I didn't come out here teaching these videos till I did work and did research within myself. So with that being said, y'all wake up. So ain't nobody hacking what a brother trying to do with spreading unity and spreading positivity. But whatever you do, always do it in the spirit of truth, in the spirit of knowledge. And if what you doing is only giving the people a hoorah for the night, and we still got to face all of these problems of us Africans got across this continent as a whole tomorrow, then it ain't helping us. It ain't about making people feel good today. It's simply about putting the truth out there. So at the end of the day, you can come across with your positivity and your unity. I'm not hacking that at all. I admire that. But what I'm saying is the only way we can unite and it do us any good is under the umbrella of truth and knowledge. Not under just a feel-good, fist in the air, black love, black this. Learn about what you saying when you identify yourself as black and learn the harm in it. Now, I got a lot of videos coming. I can't put them all out every day. It take time. So what I'm telling you is that it's a lot of subjects I haven't touched that I'm going to touch in the future. And some things that I got to go ahead touch now because I see the need to touch it based on what I see putting out there in the minds of the people. Realize, y'all, that I'm not misleading you with this information. When I say love, y'all, I'm talking about all of our people, y'all. All of our brothers and sisters, y'all. Don't let nobody deceive you, man. It's more than just us Africans over here in America. We Olmecan Americans. But these are our brothers and sisters too, y'all. We ain't no better than them, y'all. We got Asian people too, y'all. These your brothers and sisters too. We got Mexican people, y'all. All of them our brothers and sisters. So your concept of black power is wrong because we ain't black. We all African people. And we come from the greatest continent on this planet. Why would you take that away? Why would you rob that for your children not to identify themselves with this great land? You rather identify yourself with a color called black that Crayola gave you. Instead of you identifying yourself with this great land, you rather identify yourself with a crayon out the coloring box. What kind of power is that going to give you? It may make you feel good, but in the long run, it ain't helping us out. Now, I'm an African nationalist, and I ain't got no love for no black nationalists because we conflict. So my brothers and sisters, I'm not doing this to hack you. I'm doing this like I always do it, to teach you, to educate you. Because I know y'all on the same team with me. And I love y'all. And when I have these videos and and my spirit get worked up like this, it's because I'm angry at the stupidity that this white man got us under. I'm not angry at my brothers and sisters. I love y'all, man, and I appreciate y'all's support. But listen to what I'm telling you here today and take heed to it. And guess what? Before you make any statements, as always, like I tell you, do your own research. Do your own research about the African origins of all these cultures and nations across the planet. If it originated with us people, it's ours. It's our culture. It's our brothers and sisters, y'all. We the same people. There's only two kind of people on the planet, and that's colored and uncolored. So take everything that I'm telling you today, realize it's about love, man. And love have no attributes. Love ain't got no color. If somebody can tell me what color love is, I'll give them $1 million. The law of nature is simply love, and it don't give no attributes to that great force. So with that being said, I love y'all. Peace.